Hey everybody, this is Forrest here. Starting a new video series for the league. Usually it'll be on Mondays. It'll be like a recap video from the race on the previous Sunday. Just like a breakdown of how the podiums in each class shook out. Maybe go over some of the more polarizing moments of the race. Things that got pretty heated in the post race or in the Discord. Just kind of have a small little recap every week, kind of just of what happened. Though this video will be one we do really every 6 weeks. It'll be kind of a preview leading into the last round of a series. Um, this one being the last round of the first half here this Sunday at Misano in the rain. So let's just take a look. We'll start with the pro class and we'll just see how the points battles are shaking out. It looks like Peter has an absolutely commanding lead for this title. Uh, Everybody in the pro class has missed a race, so drop weeks not really in effect. He's got 70 points, 60 points. So I mean, it would take quite the no show from him. I mean, it's possible. Like, look, last week, uh, Trey got 420 and Josh got 330. So it's possible, but it's unlikely. He's only really had one quote unquote bad race at Brands Hatch. Every other race has been pretty top notch, and I think that's how he sees himself at the top of the list here. But that being said, the next three here, 24 points between these three, that's the flip of a coin. Quite honestly, whatever position Josh, Jacob, and Christopher here find themselves in, come the end of Sunday, I think between the three of them, I think that's how they'll finish. So really a good battle. Watch these three, see where they shake out on Sunday. I think we could see a big mix up for second, third, and fourth in this title here. We'll hop over to Pro Am where um, Christopher Chitterling has a pretty solid lead. He has already taken his drop, and I heard, through the grapevine, he will not be here this coming Sunday, which really leaves the door open for Marshall and Chris Lambeth here to possibly steal this title from him. They're gonna both. I mean, they both haven't used their drop yet, so they've got they've got a shot here. Let's play with the points. Let's just put their season averages in. You can see that over off to the right there with 318, 312. That would do it for Marshall. If he just does his season average, he'll have himself a first half title here. Chris is gonna it's gonna take some points for him to find his way past Marshall here, but anything's possible. They both could have, they've had some stinkers, a 250 for each of them so far. So anything's possible. Definitely watch those two this Sunday. They're both, I think, battling for a title here. Let's jump over to the AMs where we have Brandon Burns, who, I mean, he's got quite the lead, 200 and something points. Um, Already taken his drop week, so if he doesn't show, that's tough for him. But if he shows up in races, I think he's gonna wrap this AM title up over Eric here, who's Mr. Consistent. He's been here every week. One of very few people this season, to not miss a race yet. Um, but I think the two of them probably, have the best shot at this. I think Eric's pretty locked into second place. Third's a battle. I mean, there's 23 points between myself and Adam. I know Adam had a rough spin in VIR, but clearly he really brought it back. Not very far off of me at the end there. It's rain this week, so chaos. Who knows? Uh, could be a battle. I definitely check out the two of us. Just keep an eye on the score ticker, see where we're at. That's for third in this title. But yeah, I think the season's the first place is probably wrapped up by Mr. Burns here. And we'll jump over to the rookies. Remember, these guys are, just new to the league. Doesn't necessarily mean they're rookies. I mean, look at the first two here, Gage Himes and Sean Dickinson. I mean, they are in a war here for first place. And that's even with Sean having a horrendous VIR with 170 points. He's only 17 back. That's very easily made up. We'll definitely want to keep an eye on these two. They can battle for overall, like, top tens and stuff. Like, these guys are definitely some fast dudes, and they have a little bit of a battle going in this Sunday. It'll be fun to see where they're at. Now in this team race, I mean, net points, when counting drop weeks, we've got 8 points between these two guys and another 20 points back. That can flip on a dime. I mean, look at these scores when you're adding up two guys. Like, the amount you can get in a week is a lot. So this is definitely up in the air. And with Marshall in the battle for an overall, expect good numbers from them. Be definitely interested to see how this all shakes out on Monday or on Sunday. We'll take a look at it Monday. But yeah, I think it'll be quite interesting. I'm gonna put my money on no longer radio controlled. I think Marshall and Zach are gonna have themselves a race. Let's jump over to the power rankings and just look at some of these rookies. I know there's a few of them that have enough races to rank up. I saw them earlier. I believe it's 5. I think you need 5 races to get classified. I think all of them were down a little lower. Yeah, so we got Richard Swiderski. He's 67 PR. That's going to put him AM. He'll be, I think he's been finishing in that realm. So I think he's definitely going to be in the mix next season in the AM class. That'll be fun. Let's see. I know I think, was it Sean and Seth here? Both have enough races. Let's see. Sean, 80. That's going to put him in the Pro-Am. He's really fast. I'm sure he'll give those dudes all they can handle next half season. Seth, 72. That's going to put him near the top of the AM power ranking windows. So that'll be exciting. I'm sure he's going to slot in well with those guys and really dice it up next half season. And then William Florence at 65, put him right in the AMs. He'll have a good run. I'm sure there's a lot of dudes around him. And then Zach, another guy, 72. That's on the cusp. Maybe he has himself a killer last race, bumps a point, and goes to Pro-Am, or he's right at the top of the AM rankings. And I believe I had a pretty decent battle with him on Sunday. He was pretty quick, so that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm excited about this weekend. We got a couple of good points battles to worry about. We got, like I said, look out at Gage and Sean. They're in a tight battle. Me and Adam, it's a good battle. Marshall and Chris Lambeth, another tight battle. I mean, they're second and third, but either one of them could be first come Sunday night. And then, like I said, Josh, Jacob, and Christopher have a three-way sparring match for second place as Peter rides off into the sunset with the first half title here. I would be quite stunned if that wasn't the case. So, just let me know what y'all think of this. Any other improvements, ideas, thoughts, open to anything. I think it's just a fun way to just break down, Mondays, just kind of see just a quick 10, 15-minute breakdown of what all went down. And then, every 6 weeks we'll do a little preview to get you ready for the last round of a series. I think it's just a fun added dynamic. So let me know what y'all think, and have a great weekend.